I'm Scott Gelber. I'm the founder of SRG Marketing. And over the last 12 months, I've helped over 10 plus B2B SaaS startups generate a total of $4.5 million in sales pipeline. Truthfully, when I started out in tech, it actually took me 3 to 4 years just to get into a growth marketing role. I spent my first 4 years just bouncing back and forth from different jobs. I graduated college in 2014. I graduated with a degree in hospitality from Cornell University. A lot of my classmates already had jobs lined up for the next year, and they were working at really impressive places. Investment banks, venture capital firms, really big tech companies, really big brands like MasterCard, AMC. And then there was me who just couldn't find a job. I kept going to final round interviews. I kept getting rejected. And then I decided at the end, as I was graduating, that I was really interested in tech and startups, and I wanted to pursue that career, even though I had no experience in it. So I spent the next 6 months trying to break into tech, and I really wanted to be in marketing. I loved marketing. I loved looking at great marketers and how they got me to buy their products and subscribe to their newsletters. And I always thought it was just like magic. So I spent 6 months trying to break in. I did a role where I was literally just like an intern for some pharmaceutical company where I was just filing papers. And then I got my first role in sales at a tech company called Yodel. And I was horrible at it. It was a really tough job. You were making 100 cold calls a day. You were selling to SMB business owners. It was really aggressive sales. At the time, I had never bought anything that was like mildly expensive. I didn't understand that businesses bought things that would get them a positive ROI. The service we were selling was only a couple $1,000s. In hindsight, as a marketer, it was a great service. The ROI was a no-brainer for the price, but I'd never bought anything that was like $1,000. So I thought there's no way my buyers are going to buy something that's $1,000. I just didn't have that business context. So I'd go into a lot of these meetings just like not believing I could sell the solution. And it resulted in me making very few sales. I think I made 1 or 2 sales the entire 6 months I was there. I got put on a performance plan, was on the chopping block to get fired. And then eventually I just said, I'm going to quit because I just can't handle the pressure. Then I spent 3 months trying to find another job. I was at home with my parents. Definitely felt like I was behind in my career, big time. Again, my friends were continuing to thrive at their big jobs. I was still at home and my parents basically doing nothing. In hindsight, that time was really informative for me. I ended up reading a lot about entrepreneurship and marketing, and it actually kind of built a habit for myself to be a self-learner. That's where it really came to life for me. And that's something that's helped me, through and through. It helped me build this business. Those times actually kind of really built me in the habits that I needed to be successful in the tech world. So then I got another job at a startup consulting company, somebody that did sales and marketing consulting. I thought I hit the jackpot. It was like exactly what I wanted. Be a consultant, working with a lot of businesses. And then I started that role for 3 weeks. And then they decided that they were going to just shut down the entire division that I was a part of. So my tenure there lasted 3 weeks. I got fired. And at that point, I was like, I just give up. It's been like 2 years. I'm just not breaking into tech. And then luckily, a connection to the person who fired me needed sales development representatives. And I got that job at a company called Diligent Corporation, where I was the first sales development rep at the company, and I got to build it out. And that's finally where I hit my stride. I really worked well with the director of marketing there, and we built out the whole program. We figured out the systems to use, the email copy that resonated the best. We ended up hiring and scaling a team where I ended up being the team lead. And that company generated $1.2 million in revenue through our sales development team in that year. So that was like my first taste of like, okay, I can do this. I can like get results from marketing. And it was a great foray. Being in sales development was like the best thing that ever happened to me. At the time, I was like, why am I doing this? I'm better than this. I should be on the marketing team. But learning how to write direct response copy, learning how to write copy that gets people to take meetings, learning how to measure that and make optimizations based on that data was just a foundational work that has helped me to this day. The other thing is, right, a lot of the teams we're working with have sales development teams. And I really think the best marketers in tech were started as sales development reps. And I think it's for a few reasons. I think one, it just humbles you and you understand kind of what it takes to get meetings with people. But then the second thing is you understand that all the leads you're driving are actually going to sales development reps. And you understand what they care about, which is they want good leads that are basically ready to talk to you and want to take demos. The key thing here is taking demos, right? That's what matters. A lot of marketers who haven't been in that role just don't understand that. And they don't work with their sales development teams in a way that actually is beneficial to them so they can actually book meetings. So having this background was paramount to me being able to be an effective demand gen manager. The first one I got for clients in my agency was with a company called Billy. I had been brought in from a friend of mine that I worked with at Honest Buildings to help them build out HubSpot and then build out their demand gen strategy from scratch. So what we did immediately, we looked at the business. I like to look at a couple key things to understand what are going to be the best strategies to help the business. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do keyword research to see, are people actually searching for the software that you're selling online? And you can find this ahead of time. You can do the research. You can see the keywords that are showing up in their search volumes. And then you can also see who is bidding on them and who is showing up to make sure you're in the right place. So immediately I saw hundreds of people searching for their software solution in the market. And I saw they had multiple competitors. I saw their competitors were bidding on these keywords. So I had a really good indication that this was something they were going to get good results. The other thing I saw is that this company was a COI tracking software for construction companies. And I saw that actually there was a ton of people searching for COI tracking templates, COI tracking Excel templates, which is an interesting bridge between wanting to better track that process and using software. So I saw that as a great bridge to make an opt-in so that when people downloaded it, they more often than not were actually looking to just improve the process. And our team could follow up and say, hey, I saw you downloaded this. My guess is you're trying to better manage and track all the COIs in your construction project. Here's some software that actually helps you do it faster and quicker. These two strategies just work so well. We started consistently getting anywhere from 7 to 10 qualified sales opportunities through these channels. And over the next 12 months, we actually generate $700,000 in sales pipeline and roughly $150,000 in revenue through these channels. So these were people who are coming to the business looking for a solution who were the right fit. And it just helped this company build a very repeatable sales process and feel confident that they had some channels that they knew they could invest in and grow. This framework is something that we replicated and standardized and we use now across all of our SaaS clients. And it's really this process of understanding the business, really doing the research to understand what channels are going to be the most effective for them, making sure we can track it in HubSpot to understand who is actually converting from these channels and are they the right people, and then optimizing based on that data, identifying what keywords, what channels are actually bringing in the right people that are turning into customers, and then doubling down on those channels and cutting the ones that aren't. So this is the exact framework we've used across all of those 10 plus clients to help them get meaningful results and actually drive sales pipeline and revenue for their business, not just leads. So this is just a sneak peek of how we got results for our clients. In future videos, I'm going to dive deeper into these strategies and how we actually get the results for our clients. But for now, please just subscribe below if you like the content and you want to follow for more. And if you actually need help running this and you're looking to put the pedal to the metal with your Google ads or your digital strategy, click the first link below and schedule time to chat.